Welcome to Eligible Monster Discussions, where Natalie and I sit here talking about whatever's going on in the current gaming market, and one big game that we both enjoy is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Did you like Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
I'm a big fan of Assassin's Creed in general. Yeah, sure. So Odyssey is not any different. Yeah. It was a good game. Mm-hmm.
Did you like the freedom of choice in Assassin's Creed? Be able to choose whatever you wanted?
It was pretty much the first time that you got to pick either a female or male character. Yes.
Okay, yes. So the recent DLC has now dropped, and anybody who's watching this will be a spoiler for the ending of that DLC.
Yes.
Because that DLC has brought on a ton of controversy. Because Ubisoft, how do you pronounce it properly?
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
Like, hey, Ubisoft.
Oh, that. Can we change the name to Ubisoft? Ub Hard? I had a Woody Woodpecker moment there.
Moving on.
So anyway,
yes, Ubisoft.
It's all about the game's all about choice.
Yes.
Sleep wherever you want with. Defend the Greek or what were the two, Athens or Spartans?
Yes. In your case, sleep with everyone.
I sleep with everyone, including the goat.
It's true. The goat guy. That's true.
I slept with the goat.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Did you sleep with the goat?
Obviously not. I was saving myself for a specific person.
And it wasn't the goat.
It wasn't the goat.
Who were you saving yourself for?
That girl that was I forgot. It was either you could either pick the girl or the guy. It was like a pair. Does that make sense? Like it was.
No, I don't remember them. I slept with everyone.
Specific island, and you had to pick either the guy. Or... It doesn't matter. It's fine. Yeah.
So anyway, the controversy basically has come down to the second DLC in the 3 DLC pack for the Hidden Heritage, the Blade, and all this other stuff. Yes. The Shadow Blade is funnels you into a decision that people are upset about, and it's hitting a lot of controversy. And they've gone ahead, or controversy, as my UK followers may know it as.
I just stopped pronouncing that word because I'm gonna get it wrong no matter what.
Controversy.
That was probably the best English impression you've ever done, ever, because you actually took it seriously.
I did.
I'm sorry, go for it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
And it's led to a lot of people freaking out, saying they're never going to play the game again, that Ubisoft has gone ahead and it removed their choices, that they can't stand this, they've gotten really attached to their Alexios or their Cassandra, and now they're taking it away from them.
Right, but when you say that, you choose your relationships and whatnot, it doesn't really change the story, does it?
Well, no, in the game, they leave it open.
You can sleep with everyone, it doesn't matter. You can just, in my case specifically, I was playing as Cassandra, and I went for a girl, right?
Yeah.
Didn't change the story at all.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's not like you end up with them at the end of the game.
Yeah, it's not like Mass Effect where like they will remember this, or Fallout. Well, they're like they will remember this.
Yeah.
They just it doesn't matter.
So for the sake of the story, at the end of this one, the character is forced into a heterosexual relationship.
Right.
Because they have to either bear a child or have a child. I mean, for Cassandra, you're bearing the child.
Right.
That is what everyone's freaking out about. That the storyline is forcing them into this relationship decision.
First of all, they're not forcing you into it. You don't have to play it.
Well, so they've come out with a couple of statements about it.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
The first one, if I can pull it up.
If it's for the sake of the story, I understand
and
it.
That's it. It's for the sake of the story.
If that's what they had planned from the very beginning, I understand it. I mean...
So creative director Jonathan Dumont says that the player's response to the Shadow Heritage DLC has been a learning experience. The ending of the Legacy of Blade's second installment sees the player funneled into a heterosexual relationship, resulting in a baby, regardless of their actions or choices in the main game or its DLC. Ubisoft's initial response was to assure players that the third episode would explore the reasoning behind this, the motivation behind the relationship, adding in that it is a part of a set story.
There you go. Okay.
So set story. In my opinion, that should have been the end of it. Oh, it's part of the story. Okay. But since then, a second statement has been released.
Can you imagine if you had to change the entire DLC because... What are you going to do, like get a surrogate? Like, I mean, it's just, it's pretty straightforward. You just...
I feel like that'd be a lot of steps, especially for a Greek-Roman era kind of deal.
And for a DLC too, it's not like the main game, it's just a DLC, so, sorry, keep going.
So anyway, since then a second statement has come in that Ubisoft says that it has missed the mark, underestimating players' attachments to the game's protagonist. Reading through player responses to our new DLC for the Legacy of the First Blade, Shadow Heritage, we want to extend an apology to players disappointed by a relationship that your character partakes in. The intention of this story was to explain how your character's bloodline has a lasting impact on the assassins.
There you go.
But looking through the responses, it's clear that we missed the mark. Alexios or Cassandra, realizing their own mortality and the sacrifice that Leonidas and Miran made before them to keep the legacy alive, felt the desire and the duty to preserve that important lineage. Our goal was to let players choose between the utilitarian view of ensuring your bloodline lived on or forming a romantic relationship.
Right.
We attempted to distinguish between the two, but could have done this more carefully as we were walking a narrow line between role-playing choices and story, and the clarity and motivation for this decision was poorly executed. As you continue the adventure in the next episode, Bloodline, please know that you will not have to engage in a lasting romantic relationship if you do not desire.
Okay. So it's just that first piece of DLC that is causing problems.
It's the second piece.
The second piece.
First piece introduced all the characters. I
Right.
played that one, introduced us to another area. It's actually funny because the DLC takes place in an area that had like nothing in it. If you remember the map, top area, there was like that wooded area that had almost had nothing going on.
Yes.
It's all in there.
Oh, that makes perfect sense now.
Yeah, and they even added in like fast travel points and stuff.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Because I was like, like all of the fast travels, there was nothing at all.
That whole area was
yeah,
done
no
except for like the
hunting,
upper right hand
nothing.
corner. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That makes perfect sense now. I was really wondering, like, that's pretty much like a waste of resources there.
I wanted a new map, but whatever.
It works though, you know?
It works.
Yeah, it was a beautiful area. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
So what do you think? Everyone's freaking out because they're forced into this decision. Now, from the fact that the game has been built on make your own decisions, make your own hero,
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
From Assassin's Creed lore,
Yeah.
the lineage has to continue.
Yes.
It can't, and this is kind of spoilers for Odyssey if you haven't played it, and for the Atlantis storyline. Yes, we know that your main character technically lives on,
Yeah.
but that doesn't make sense lore-wise. It makes sense why they live on, but the whole DNA lineage thing wouldn't continue if Alexios / Cassandra just survived till 2018.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. It's just I understand why players, you know, are upset about it, obviously, if they got attached to their characters. That's perfectly reasonable, but in terms of story and what they had planned, don't be upset with them. I mean, just trying to like link everything together, you know?
Well, I think this is a problem with players' headcanon versus game's actual canon. Look, regardless of whatever relationship you wanted in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, be it a lesbian relationship or a goat relationship,
Yeah.
eventually the character had to have a baby.
Yes.
Otherwise, no. Gary, our camera guy, shaking his head. He's like, what? Half goat, half man. I've created a beast. The lore of Assassin's Creed is that the bloodline continues on and you're going into the memories through the bloodline.
Yes.
If the bloodline never continues on,
Yeah.
there's no game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, for the story's sake, I understand where they're coming from. It's good of them to come out and say, we're sorry.
Yeah.
They understand why people are upset about it, but it makes sense, guys. It does.
And that's what I'm saying. It's your headcanon.
Yeah.
Well, my Alexios only sleeps with a goat. You know, like,
Yeah.
okay, then your Alexios has no ancestors.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Unless, oh my God, you know, I get this weird half goat, half thing. It becomes one of those weird creatures made by the first ancestors that we end up going battling. It becomes like a new minotaur, but it's like half goat. But it's like the weird part, like the man's head and then the goat body. So he's just walking around all day being like, man, I want grass. Anyway.
What if
Our whole crew is looking at me like I'm crazy.
What if the goat that you slept with was the goat that Alexia or Cassandra, whichever, just put it like the eye of the Minotaur? Not the Minotaur. You all right? What is that guy inside his ass, right?
So you've linked the goat that had the eye of the Cyclops in its butt
Yeah.
to the goat that I slept with.
Yeah. Why not?
Back on topic.
I'm sorry. Hey, you're the one that just kind of went crazy with it.
I'm demonstrating players' choices. I chose a goat. You
That's
chose this woman that you can't remember.
Yes. I'll remember eventually. This is fine. They were siblings, I think, right? Yeah, it must have been siblings. So
I don't know. I didn't do it.
You were going
I
for the
slept with a
girl or
goat.
the guy. It was not a goat, Ben. It was a guy that was into goats.
It was a menage a
So it was two
trois
for the
with a
price
goat
of
and a
one.
guy.
Exactly. ménage à
That
trois,
just makes it
whatever.
worse. At least if I'm just sleeping with a goat, you can be like, oh, that's Spartan.
That's what they were into back in the day, you know? That's fine.
Goats.
Well,
Hey,
just
whatever.
sleeping with anything that moves pretty much. But yes, go for it. Just like you in real life.
As Goose96 in our chat states, as the creed goes, everything is permitted.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah, I feel like this is a situation of people freaking out for no reason. I know. I didn't.
Welcome to 2019 now, I guess.
Where everyone freaks out. Yeah.
Welcome to the past like 5 years.
Never. I mean, and you could very easily just be like, oh, my Cassandra or Alexios, this is what they were into until they had the baby.
At the end of the day, guys, it's a video game.
Right, a video game
Calm
which is
down.
dependent upon lineage and bloodlines to make sense.
Shit. I mean,
If you just don't do the DLC if you're not.
that's what
I
I
hate to
mean.
say it.
Yes,
Yeah, but
yeah, just don't tackle it. I
Yeah.
mean, just stay with the.
I guess the
game.
upset people that are like, well, I didn't know it was coming. I was funneled into this relationship.
How did you think they came to be, though?
I mean, you're Layla in the game and she's going through memory, so there was a procreation at some point.
That's what I mean.
So I guess for the third one, they're going to drop the romantic angle if you don't want that. So that way you just procreated for the sake of procreating.
I mean, that's what some countries do that. I
Oh, I
mean,
know,
that's perfectly. Yeah, that's. In my opinion, it's just there's no point freaking out like this. They didn't do anything wrong, guys. Like, you know, you might be upset. That's fine, but don't take it out on them because they made a decision based on the other Assassin's Creeds out there just so they can link together and make sense. Just
And that's even what they did with Origins. Origins actually linked in through the DLC to the Assassin's Creed lore.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what Odyssey's trying to do.
Yes.
Oh, so now you have the pieces. Now you have the blade. Now you have a guy that has an assassin's hood.
Yeah.
Now you have a lineage. It's like
I mean-
it's linking more into the lore of Assassin's
Yeah,
Creed, which
yeah.
is what Origins did in the DLC.
Yes, they were just experimenting with Odyssey, right? But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, Assassin's Creed is not new, guys. It's been ongoing for a very long time. A very long time, so I don't understand these.
So at the end of the day, do you care?
What's that?
At the end of the day, do you care that if you go play that DLC, and you don't play DLC, so I doubt you will.
I don't. It's a video game.
Yeah, but
What
do you don't care if you're forced into a heterosexual relationship to have a child?
No, if I don't like it, I just turn it off. That's it. That's all
Okay.
there is to it. Yeah, you know, it's
Well, I
just.
guess you're not attached to your Cassandra.
I was.
I am royally
I
upset that
absolutely
my
was.
Alexios
I
has to move
cared
on
so
from his goat.
much that I saved myself for a specific character in the game.
Yeah.
You just slept with everyone. You didn't
And
care.
I picked the goat in the end. We're happily married.
I mean, whatever you're into, man. I don't think you can do that in game though. You can't get. This is
This is Sparta!
This is what I was saying. You can't. It doesn't matter who you sleep with in the game.
Yeah.
It won't affect anything.
No.
You just do it because you want to. Technically, you can turn everyone down. It doesn't matter. Like it's just like a fun side thing, you know.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't.
It
think
is. It
twice
really
about
is.
it.
And I think that's the big thing that kind of irritates me. Everyone's like, oh, well, I had this envision of my character in my head.
Yes.
And I had a character that I was dating. Unless I missed something massively, the dating was fetch quests for that person until they slept with
Yes.
you.
Yes.
And that was the end of it.
Yep,
Like,
that
it's
was
not
it.
like you could
That was
then go
it.
get a home and you could then go live a life and then do more questing.
It's not like Skyrim.
No, that's what I
level.
mean.
No, it's not.
So for people that are that attached to these characters, like it was fetch quests.
Yeah.
That's why I ended up sleeping with everyone because I didn't get attached to anyone.
Well, I did this for you, so I may as well just get my part out of it.
I had to do like
Sleep with
20.
me.
I had to do like 20 quests to get the platinum trophy. So I just slept with everyone to get the quest log
You
up.
only needed to pick one person for the trophy.
But all those counted as side quests. And
You
I
were
got
like,
to bang
may as
them
well
all.
just bang that trophy, yeah, right off the bat. That's fine. Whoever just wants to sleep with me, I'll just say yes, whatever.
Yeah.
It's not Fable where you get STDs for sleeping with people.
Yeah, she likes to tell the story about how I slept with everyone at Fable. And then
He
we
was
discovered
so
that STDs are a
disgusting,
thing, and I had
guys.
like 5 to 7
God, you
different
look
STDs.
disgusting. Your character looked disgusting.
Oh, she had like syphilis and like gangrene.
it was
and,
so bad.
Yeah, she was not doing well.
But yeah,
I made a lot of money though.
but you know, it doesn't matter. In Assassin's Creed, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
So
No.
I don't
All right.
see, yeah.
I'm actually wearing. I just realized I'm wearing my Assassin's Creed hoodie right now.
No, didn't you guys know he's a huge Assassin's Creed fan?
Anyway, all right, Natalie. Thank you for joining me on this topic. You actually played Assassin's Creed Odyssey, unlike Dan, who hates the game.
I do enjoy my fellow Frenchmen games, so I gotta support them. You know, Ubisoft.
You be hard. And I'll see you next time right here at Eligible Monster.
At Comic Storian, wow.
I know. I said.
Wow.
I didn't say
Hey,
it.
maybe you
Eligible
should
Monster.
just move that sign too, because we're not on Comic Storian.
I've been doing podcasts all day.
That's fine. Yeah, you might want to just actually do an outro, like a proper outro. Maybe?
Thank you for joining us right here at Eligible Monster, where if you subscribe, you can get our discussions on anything that's happening in games that we're interested in, our opinions on the games that we like to play, and very soon we're bringing it back, gameplay of the new games that are coming out. You can also find Natalie at her Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ZodicalCandy, and you can find me over at the Eligible Monster Twitch channel, where you probably watch this live, so you probably know where I am anyway. Thank you guys for joining us, and I'll see you next time right here.
Thanks, guys.